on him for that. He's actually gotten a lot better. I mean, he missed that Raw, but he's made up his live events. And
he made a Raw afterwards, which was way better for
you still can't even defend him, beating people like
Dude, they made the storyline that much more hot. They gave Roman time to like cut a legit fuck you promo.
Yeah.
And then after the legit fuck you promo, you included Vince McMahon in a promo too, which is always smart.
But I mean,
you could sell it right.
All the authority figure versus the main against the main.
You don't want to include Vince all the time,
guys.
but when it comes to Brock Roman, you want to get Vince in that because that's going to sell that shit.
I think there's too many authority storylines going on right now.
But Vince is the head of the snake, dude. He's
the
head of the fucking snake,
dude. They got
dude.
Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens right now.
And then they got
Ronda Rousey with
Stephanie. Dude, if you haven't noticed, Raw and SmackDown follow the same storylines.
I mean, at least they're putting them over.
Look at the storylines. They commingle. You know why? Because nobody wanted to bring up the fact that the day that Roman got in the face of Vince, Shane was sitting right next to him.
Oh, yeah. He's secretly a Raw guy?
Oh, you didn't notice that?
While SmackDown's having a live event on a Monday night, you're over here at Raw?
I mean, everybody conveniently forgot that. Either that or they just know already because, as you do, you know already.
Yeah.
What's
kayfabe nowadays?
Everybody's commingling with everybody. So, the storylines don't change much from show to show.
I don't know about that, man. You don't see Steph on SmackDown Live.
You don't see Steph in the back sitting next to Vince either on Raw.
Kurt Angle, you take care of my light work. This is why Mick Foley was gone.
Kurt Angle's
you doing letting Shane in the building.
Power. None of these motherfuckers really have power. Fucking, you know who's in back of every fucking show? Vince.
One other topic.
I bet you Vince, if they don't ever cut back to the back at SmackDown, because you'd see Vince McMahon just on the fucking thing. You better say fucking this. If you don't say this, you're fired.
Here's the deal. Daniel Bryan cleared to wrestle. Obviously, he got beat up. He's going back to an in-ring. Who do you think the SmackDown general manager is going to be now?
Teddy Long.
That'd be an easy solution. I'm sure he'd love to do it.
No, I don't.
Hulk Hogan?
It got real quiet in this church.
I don't know.
I think that was $1 billion idea right there. If Vince hasn't already thought about that, you're welcome, Vince. You could cash that check out to @BrianKendall. Yeah, pay the man, because that's $1 million idea. What a way to bring back Hogan. He's so nuts. Red, white, and he's going to put the blue in red, white, and blue.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, he is Captain America. He comes out. He does his thing. Oh, my goodness gracious. The world's on fire, and everybody's watching SmackDown.
And if not him,
everybody's watching SmackDown. Dun, 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 dun.
Maybe
everybody's watching. They better change the fucking music to
his theme song.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Maybe Jericho too. Isn't Jericho a SmackDown Live superstar right now too?
Yeah, technically.
Once he's done with his tour. Oh my God! Imagine Jericho.
By the time they get to him though, because he's not going to be ready to get back to SmackDown for at least another
3-6 months.
At least another 6 months.
He's torn. I know this is a long.
He's with Ring of Honor too right now, so he's not going to be part of
Ring of Honor.
WWE.
New Japan?
No, Ring of Honor. He's not going to be part of anything for a while. He's
making a name for himself on the independent scene.
He's doing independent stuff right now.
That's crazy.
But he's still in good. As far as we know, he's still in good standings with Vince McMahon. Now, the only person who knows that answer is Vince McMahon
and Chris Jericho.
And Chris Jericho don't know that answer either.
What are you talking about?
Chris don't know.
I'm sure he knows.
Answer. Yeah, exactly. And he's going to tell you straight up he's in good standings with Vince.
He might not be. You know what? I can see Jericho coming back and Vince being like,
You motherfucker.
You let that Kenny Omega beat you?
Not just that. You let Kenny Omega beat you, but you also fucking...
weren't PG?
Put over everybody? I mean...
What the fuck?
What the fuck? More people tuned in overnight to watch Japan than ever because of a 5-star 50-year-old man doing some shit.
Yeah, man. Jericho's in his mid-40s, calm down killer. But
either
way... It was still.
Dude, by the way, I've been reading No as a 4-letter word by the best
his book
read ever. Ever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Man, wrestling, dude, like I said, we are so spoiled. But wrestling has the best stories, man. Like the wrestlers themselves have the best stories. They travel.
Yeah, if creative could
tell
some better stories.
As a matter of fact, while I bring up Chris Jericho, check out the Rock and Roll Twilight Zone. It's a new podcast, part of the Jericho Network. You can find it on iTunes, wherever you can find podcasts. The Rock and Roll Twilight Zone, dude. That's where it's at. It's a great show. Jericho Network is where it's at. Hopefully one day you'll see B2J The Podcast on the Jericho Network, developing hot ... Anyway. Moving forward. Also want to take this time to tell everybody to at least tell one person a day passionately about B2J The Podcast. This podcast, we don't have money for advertising or anything like that, but we are a podcast that actually goes pretty regularly, sometimes more often than normal, and then sometimes we get pretty silent. But those times when we're silent, trust and believe we're thinking about the show. Trust and believe that there's a good reason for it, and that
we don't know how to shut up, and we'll be back again one day.
Exactly. And we don't know how to
as long as we're still alive.
So just continue to check out the show. Tell at least one person a day passionately about the show. It's a word-of-mouth advertisement. You tell one person, another person tells another person, another person tells another person. And by the end of the day, we got fucking almost 3,000 listeners. So that's pretty legit. I mean, I'm happy with the listeners that we have had before, and we were doing this for them. But the more and more listeners that come and show up to the show and message us via Facebook, whatever we're all
social
on.
Media platform.
Thank you. And we love you and we appreciate you. And you get legit content from us in that we probably, every time you listen to us, I'm sure you learn something. And if you didn't know nothing about professional wrestling, you learn a lot. So, I like to think that we're a all things entertainment podcast, but what we really know more than everybody else about is professional wrestling. And trust, believe, we do the research. We do the fucking research. We
come prepared.
We talk.
Did I sound weird?
And
I sounded like a weirdo.
That great. That actually was perfect. I'm gonna love that when I go back and listen to this episode, because I do like to go back and listen to the shows. So let's move on. Brock Lesnar, we covered. CM Punk, all in. We're all in for All In if he does show up. Cody Rhodes, you did something that Vince McMahon couldn't even do.
Well, obviously.
And all the times that he went to Chicago, you did things that, Vince couldn't even do. So that's big and huge. Daniel Bryan definitely cleared the return. It's definite now. He's been cleared by the WWE doctors. He was actually, I'm sure, looked at to be on the All In pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, it's not happening.
That ain't going to happen, we don't think, now. So
unless, of course, you get some other kind of minor injury and something happens before then, and WWE doctors won't clear him. But I doubt it. It's looking like Bryan and Shane McMahon versus KO and Sami Zayn at Mania.
So this is huge news. WWE is planning a pay-per-view in
Saudi Arabia? Or what's some foreign country?
Yes. And it's like a legit soccer stadium, dude.
Is that where they're having the 50-man battle royal?
I don't know, but it looks like it's gonna be cool. Early October.
Oh, that's a different one.
2018, the MCG. There it is, right there. It's set to host a huge. They're just calling it a pro wrestling event. So they're saying The Undertaker and Rey Mysterio could be on the card.
Holy shit.
But the thing is that it sits a ridiculous amount of people, and it will be the biggest thing.
I think that pay-per-view I was thinking of, that 50-man battle royal or 50-person battle royal, I'm not sure what it is yet. It's in Australia, I think. It's on April 27th.
The largest event, now if this is accurate, the largest event to ever WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling came together, and it was claimed that it was between 190,000 and 150,000 people.
150 to 190?
190 to 150,000, and I think that show is actually on. I've seen it somewhere. It might be on the network, but anyway, this show is supposed to be huge, and this is October. So look at the things that are planned out from here on out. As a wrestling fan, you got to look at the long. What do they call that? The long burn. Yeah. So the four staples for. We've talked about this before. For me, I don't know for you so much if this is accurate, but for me, the four staple things, I think you like to include Money in the Bank into this. I don't like to.
Oh, no, I don't. I was thinking, yeah, the core four pay-per-views.
Survivor Series.
Rumble.
Mania,
SummerSlam.
And SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So those are the core four for both of us then. Yes.
Yeah, they are.
And I think that's
for the WWE too.
Yeah. If it's not, then it definitely should be. We can't be the first people that thought about this.
Yeah, when I said Money in the Bank, what I meant was I heard a rumor WWE is making that like a fifth, but in a way, they're just going to make it every year, you know? Again, we're going to bring it back yearly.
Yeah, no, that's just what they mean by that. And they have all the other names and all the other stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, and speaking of Money in the Bank, Charlotte versus Asuka, out of any of the women's matches, is obviously going to be the best. I don't see Carmella cashing in on that match. If she cashes in at Mania,
I've heard rumors about that happening.
Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
And I heard rumors about that happening, and the reason why I heard rumors about that happening is because they were supposed to do it, and she's supposed to lose.
Yeah, she loses. That's bullshit. Why did she hold it so long if she's going to lose it?
She held it so long because it's like a belt. She's Miss Money in the Bank. It's like a belt.
It's not a belt. It's
a belt.
It's a chance to win the belt. No, it ain't. It's a chance.
She even sells it like a belt.
Yeah, in a way, but
by changing her name to Miss Money in the Bank.
In my opinion, Corbin was lucky to. He obviously lost his Money in the Bank match to win the title as a punishment.
I mean,
and
now I'm sure anybody who wins Money in the Bank,
my opinion, most athletes,
it's going to be Miss Money in the Bank
their career. If
somebody
if I'm Carmella,
the belt, and then they become Mrs.
If I'm Carmella and I don't see a win out of this, I'd be pretty upset. She probably got told from the get-go.
I get it, and I would be upset too, but that's not going to happen.
Told from the get-go she was going to win.
I don't
because Natty was champion, I think, at the time.
I don't think any of them are told from the gate that they're going to win anything until the night of.
The contract. When they sign contracts, I mean, I don't mean Carmella.
Carmella ain't got that kind of power, that kind of pull.
I'd like to hope for Carmella's sake.
I'm telling you right now, the only person female that had that kind of pull when they got signed is Ronda Rousey.
Well, yeah, she's going to have.
She's the only one who could have had that pull. And from what we understand,
Brock Lesnar.
Well, yeah,
John Cena.
I'm talking about woman. I said woman.
You're right.
So,
but Nia Jax is probably going to beat Alexa Bliss anyway. So how are they going to make that? I don't know. Alexa Bliss is a heel. She could just distract her and cause her to lose the title right away.
I don't think. Well, for one, I think unfortunately Asuka's going to win. And I say unfortunately because it definitely should be Charlotte